Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Carolyn and her clothes. I'm holding on to an empty box because the pile of clothes are right there behind me. Yes, I ordered another Stitch Fix because the last Stitch Fix I said add to box, and I wanted, in my note I wrote I wanted some other items that I had on my wish list slash cart, and I didn't get them. So I said, you know what, when I returned that fix, I immediately turned around for another fix and I said add this to my fix. So I added another sweater to my fix. For those that you don't know, and feel free, my regular subscribers, fast forward, but anytime I don't mention how Stitch Fix works, somebody is bound to ask me. So I do it pretty much in every video. Stitch Fix is an online-only styling service. They'll curate a box of 5 items. Once you've been around for a while and you get a preview, you can select up to 8 items. Keep what you want, send back what you don't. It's a $20 styling fee. If you're a new customer, if you keep 5 or more items, it's 20% off. Those grandfathered in get 25% off. I have been grandfathered into the Style Pass, which I don't think they offer anymore. I get unlimited fixes, so it makes no sense why I wouldn't take advantage of this service. And they do have a shop where you can purchase things individually through Freestyle. But again, I'm not paying for my style boxes. Why am I going to pay for something to get it, have it sit on my credit card, and maybe me not like it? It makes more sense for me to add to Fix, where I'm getting it for free to try on to see if I like it, and if I do like it, then I can buy it, whereas I don't have to chase them for a refund if I purchased it on my own. So that's why I ordered another box so quickly, because this sweater was calling my name. However, now that I have it, I'm not so sure. We're gonna have to try it on together to see if we like it. Stitch Fix has been doing really, really good things lately. They started a vision gallery, which is their AI. You upload pictures of yourself and they'll dress you up in little outfits each week. And I have to say, I look forward to that each week. They've been lately, first they were coming out for me on Thursdays. Now they seem to be coming out on Fridays. But it's like, I get excited to see what I'm wearing each week. I'll be honest, actually, I have purchased some items through my vision gallery, or let's just say, they inspired me to purchase very similar. I'm like, that is a cute outfit, but when maybe I said, maybe not that sweater, but this one instead, and maybe these jeans instead of those jeans, etc. But they do get me to buy things, so I really enjoy that feature. Like I said, they have a shop that you can purchase things individually, but you are paying for the item and you'll have to wait for that refund. And then of course, if you do have the buy for 5, you're not getting it if you're just purchasing one item, nor if you purchase things individually, even if they're 5 items, there's no discount. So if you have that free styling fee like I do, it makes no sense not to take advantage of it. All right, enough of that. All right, let's go into the items that I got. You do get a mailer to send back anything you don't want, and shipping is free both ways, and hence that's why they're charging you that styling fee. They need to cover the cost of their shipping. They do use a lot of AI. Matter of fact, I think my previews are pretty much almost all AI. I have to ask my stylist. My stylist is actually my friend Shannon. She can tell me after the fact how many she actually picked out versus how many the AI picked out. But my previews have been awful lately. And I understand it's a weird time of year to go shopping. Even the regular stores, there's nothing left. So when I got my previews, they're like all t-shirts. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want t-shirts. So let's go over, I'm sure you're really curious what sweater I wanted. And I thought it was so unique. It's this line and dot Agnes sweater scarf in taupe, extra small, $104. Now I know $104 is a lot of money, but I'd be willing to pay that for this sweater, but I'm not so sure. I'm gonna have to put it on and see if I like it. Why am I hesitating about it? Because it looks exactly like it does online. I thought this was burgundy though online, and it is more brown, okay? Why am I hesitating? This is super, super thick, all right? And I'm a petite person, and sometimes when things are really thick and structured, they overwhelm me, but we'll have to see. We'll have to try this on, and I'll have to see what it looks like on me, all right? This is not natural fibers. That's another thing that's giving my hesitation, which I knew, but that combined with the thickness is kind of making me go, It's 52% acrylic, 25% nylon, 23% polyester, and the trim, which I guess is the scarf, is 100% polyester, and it's made in China. I mean, I can't even tell you how thick this is, and I want to come closer so you can see the detail. This is a really unique sweater, really unique. And if you don't like the tie, this seems to come out, all right? You can, I guess, pull this out if you want. I'll have to see what it looks like on, but looking at it, I mean, I really do like it still. I just have to see what it looks like on me because I'm a little bit skeptical it's going to be big and chunky and look not good, but you never know. You never know until you try it on, right? But yeah, this is the sweater that I was coveting, and we'll see how it looks on. Okay, next items. There was one thing that I picked for my preview, all right? And this is the thing that I picked for my preview. I am looking for some straight leg white jeans. These are by Days Denim, the original Lover Girl jean in white, size 0, $90. Now, typically in white jeans, I would size up. These are not sized up. And one thing I didn't know until I noticed right now, it has a little distressing here on the pocket. And I'll be honest with you, I'm really looking for a clean white jean. We'll have to see how these fit. These could be a contender depending how they fit. But they also look a little bit see-through on top of that. We'll have to see. You know what? I might try this on with black underwear to see how see-through they are. These are, oh, okay, yeah. 64% cotton, 35% organic cotton, 1% elastane. Again, by Days Denim. It's a brand I like. Oh, and they also have some distressing here too. I did not notice that. So these are really starting to go downhill in my book because I really didn't want any kind of distressed jeans at all. I wanted really clean jeans. So yeah, there's distressing over on both sides. So I think these are going to be a no, but I will try them on because you never know. All right, maybe the Days Denim sells them in a non-distressed version. You never know. So I did not realize those were distressed. Okay, and how much did I say those were? $90. That's about the price. All right. The next item. This is by Flag and Anthem, the Ivy Open Knit Sweater in blue, extra small, $69.50. Now this is different. This is different. All right, it is an open weave. All right, it has the patch pockets here in a different fabric. I'll be honest with you, I'm not so sure I love this. I love the color. I'm not so sure I love the style. It's kind of boxy, and I kind of feel with the pockets, it's a little bit masculine. And obviously you would have to wear a shirt underneath this. And what else would you wear but white, you know, white, gray, black, you know. So, and I already have a royal blue cardigan, so I really don't need this too. All right, so this is going back. I know this is going back. Let's see if we can see what it's made out of. The button's right over the fabric content, so I can't even tell you what it's made out of. No, it's not made out of the fabric content. Okay, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. So, I mean, if you like this, that's okay, but I just don't think it's my style, you know? So, and like I said, I already have a royal blue cardigan, so I think this can go back safely, and I won't be sad to miss it. Okay, next item is this white knit sweater. Now, it's dark here. I'm sorry, the coloring is not great. I would say this is an off-white and not a pure white, okay? This is Evolution by Cyrus, the crew neck lightweight in white, $59, okay? It is textured. I'm coming close so you can see the texture, all right? It almost looks to me like a cap sleeve. We'll have to see what it looks like on. It does look pretty wide and boxy, which makes me a little bit hesitant, okay? It does also look a little bit see-through, all right? We'll have to see what it looks like on. I do need layering shirts, but I don't think this might, I'll have to see what it looks like on. It might not be a good layering shirt. It might be just too bulky to layer under blazers, or it might not. You know, I do need layering tops in like white. Let's see, here is the tag. 53% viscose, 47% nylon, and they're saying to hand wash this, so letting you guys know that. I wouldn't hand wash it. I put it in a garment bag and put it in the machine. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like on. We'll see what it looks like on. I mean, it's a maybe. Like I said, I do need white layering shirts, but I don't know if that's going to be it. And the last item my stylist picked out is this button-down top, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge button-down top person. This is by Market and Spruce, the Chapman 2-pocket button-down in light purple, and they gave it to me as size small versus extra small. Maybe it runs small. $59. Now, button-down tops in general are just not my thing. I have a lot of gapitosis, and that's good that she sized up because I do get gapitosis on button-downs. They're just, I don't know. Again, I kind of feel they're a little bit masculine. Just not my favorite. That doesn't mean I don't ever wear a button-down. I certainly do, but they're just not something I gravitate towards. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not really thrilled with the flat pockets either. Again, it's just not my style. So this is kind of like a chambray top, but in lavender. Nice soft material. This is if you're gonna wear a button-down top, this is the type of material to want. It's fluidy, you know, it's not like all hard and scratchy. It's a very soft material. Let's take a look at these buttons. So they're actually snaps, not buttons, all right? And they're all pearlized, so they're kind of nice. I mean, it's a nice top. I'm not gonna rag on the top because the top is a nice top. It's just not me. All these things are very nice. It's just not something I must have and add to my wardrobe. All right, so this is 53% cotton, 47% rayon. Yeah, they did a nice job on this top. It's a little bit, I think for a button-down top, Nancy Ann can always answer this. She's a sewer. Button-down tops, she said, are very hard to sew, and I can understand that because you have to line up the buttons. So for $59 for rayon and cotton and a button-down, I think is a pretty good price. It's just not me at all, and it does look a little boxy, but then again, I always fool myself when I try these things on. And that is my fix. And I'll be honest with you, I'll try this on. I'm gonna give them a fair shot. The most hopeful I'm for is the sweater, but like I said, it's looking big and bulky, so we'll have to see what it looks like on. And the chances are this whole fix will go back and I'm gonna order another fix because there's yet another sweater I want. And I've asked them, like I have them on my wish list. I have them in, but apparently they're just not in the same warehouse. I'm not sure. You know, so we'll have to see if I get the other sweaters that I want on the list. And one of them is a striped sweater, which I think will go with my bluey cheap blazer. So that's why I want to try it. And if it doesn't go, then I would send that back too. But that's how I kind of use Stitch Fix. I don't really use it as a styling service. I kind of use it as a try before you buy service. Hopefully they don't get wind of that. All right, thank you again, and I'll see you later tonight when I try these things on. Okay. It's the evening now, and I'm trying on the clothes, and I can say the first two pieces are no. Nothing wrong with this little sweater, but it's nothing to get excited over. It's $59, and I think I could pass on this without being sad. While I am looking for some white items to add to my wardrobe, it's just a white sweater. It doesn't spark joy. There's no real style to it. I thought it was gonna be more of a cap sleeve. It is definitely like just a regular short sleeve. And like I said, it's textured, and I'm not too fond of a very high crew neck, which this one has. So this one's a no. The jeans, they're skin tight on my legs. Even if first I don't want them because they have some distressing on them, and I'm done with distressing. I mean, I'll wear the distressing that I have, but I'm not seeking any more distressing, and especially in white jeans, I'm looking for a clean, crisp, relaxed, straight leg white jean. And these are not a relaxed straight leg, they're almost as skitty. They're skin tight on my legs. Even if I sized up, I couldn't size up because there's so much gappage back here now, and it's pretty loose now. If I were to bend over the next size, even when I bend over now, my underwear starts to poke out. So they're definitely too loose in the waist and way too tight in the legs. So these are a no. I'm gonna keep the white jeans on and keep trying on other tops with this. So give me a minute and I'm gonna try on the mesh, or not mesh, but the crochet blue top or sweater over this white one. Funny thing is, I was going through the Freestyle app right before this, and I always periodically go through the new category and look to see what's new, and I always thumbs up, thumbs down everything in that new category daily. Like when I tell them everything I want, I tell them everything I want. I thumbs down this sweater, so I don't know why this one came in my face. They must be so low in inventory, it's not even funny. So first, the sleeves are quite long, and it does have buttons here on the sleeves if you're interested in this sweater, all right? The sleeves are quite long for me, but that's usually typical. But the arms are also kind of loose too, a little bit. Like I would have preferred this to be like a little bit tighter of a cuff and not such a loose cuff. I'd rather have it like a bell sleeve or a tighter sleeve, not like a kind of loosey-goosey sleeve. I'll button it up so you can see what it looks like buttoned. And you obviously have to wear a top underneath this, a cami or something, because it is completely open. I would say other than the arms, it fits true to size. All right, I don't really care for this at all. It's just not my style. Maybe somebody else would like it. And I already own a royal blue sweater, so this is gonna be a no. All right, give me a minute and I'll pop on the next piece for you. Okay, I have on the purple button down, and I have to say this is a pretty high quality shirt for Stitch Fix's own brand. This is by Market and Spruce, the Chapman 2-pocket button down, light purple. And this one they sized up to a small, which was the right choice at $59. It runs short. I can barely tuck these in into the pants. As you can see, it's kind of like sticking out here. And even when I raise my arms, and it's actually tight in the shoulders, to be honest with you. And this is a size small. It's like tight in the arms. So I find this a little bit unusual for me, especially when sizing up, being too short, because I'm only 5'2", so a shirt too short for me is a little unusual. It's not a petite at all. So if you're interested in this shirt, hopefully your stylist sizes up for you or asked it to be sized up. So here is the front of it. All right, here is the back of it. And again, this is not my style whatsoever. So this is going to be a no. Easy send back. All right, give me a minute and I'm going to try on the sweater that I was most hopeful for, but I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. Give me a minute. I think this is a keeper after all. I do have a smile on my face and I looked in the mirror. So it is not as bulky as I thought it was going to be on. I kind of figured it was going to be like this big clunky thing. It does seem to fit my body. The sleeves are a perfect length, as you can see. I would, because it's like a high sweater with a little tie, I think I would push the sleeves up when I would wear this, just, I don't know, just to show some skin. And yeah, I kind of like it. What are your thoughts? I don't think it's too tight. I don't think it's pulling it anywhere. It's kind of different, right? Really unique. Here is the front of it. Here is the back of it. And I am not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to return this on Saturday, I think. Yeah, I think on Saturday. Or maybe I'll even postpone it to next week. And I'm going to push this video out tonight. And I want everybody's opinions. Like, do you think the sweater is cute? And I don't know. I think I kind of like it. It's unique, right? It's very unique. And if I don't want the tie anymore, I believe this tie can just slide right out of this. It does seem to move. And now I need it a little bit tight. Let's fix it a little bit here. There we go. Yeah, I think it's cute. And I'm almost thinking maybe you can even get different scarves in here to make it look different. So again, the front and the back, and I'm also going to be checking this sweater out in the footage and see how I like it on me. All right, well, thank you again, returning subscribers. Can you do me a favor? If you think you subscribed to my channel, just double check. I've had a couple of you say that you got unsubscribed. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Click that notification bell to get notified of future videos from me. Swipe to hype and give me that thumbs up. And take care and see you again.